Delighted to be here this morning in County Hall in Swords for the launch of the Fingal Biodiversity Action Plan 2023 to 2030. Delighted to welcome Minister Noonan and Minister O'Brien here to Fingal County Council this morning there. Yeah, very exciting there, a lot of real strong objectives within this plan. It's ambitious, but I think it's also achievable, which is very important. Be very familiar in my own area there of the outstanding work that has gone on in the Turvey restoration and indeed the restoration of nature also at St. Edith's in Portrane there, which has seen great strides over the last number of years. So just to wish Mr. Kevin Halpenny, Hans Visser and the Director Matthew McAleese well with their work, and I'm sure on behalf of me as Mayor and the 40 councillors there, we look to strongly support this work over the coming years.
It's a good county for biodiversity already. We've a lot of public lands that we make sure we manage well and enhance the biodiversity of those lands with everything we do, as well as just changing some of the way we manage our county operationally, making sure that everything we do has a positive impact. So yeah, delighted to have the plan in place now. We have a really strong committee who are going to help us implement the plan. So hopefully by 2030 we really will deliver dividends for the county.
We're in the middle of the decade of ecosystem restoration, when we know that we have to restore our habitats, we have to bring our habitats into good, favourable condition for our species here in Ireland. And we know that globally we have a huge crisis with a massive collapse in biodiversity worldwide. And we also know that nature is our best and our first line of defence in the face of climate change. So the actions that we take collectively and collaboratively will have a positive impact on our ambition around climate as well. And Fingal County Council have shown tremendous ambition through this action plan. There's a range of actions there that involves everybody in the community, from the business sector to local communities to the local authority, and the actions that they carry out themselves. Hugely important time. What we've done in government is to invest in biodiversity actions at the local level through the local Biodiversity Action Fund, and by expanding a network of biodiversity officers so that local authorities throughout the country can have the opportunity and deliver on these great ambition and change that needs to take place.
The plan contains 100 actions, and we have 3 flagship projects. So one is in Rogerstown Estuary near Donabate, where we will be doing a lot of salt marsh restoration. We want to improve the water quality, we want to improve conditions for wintering migratory birds, and we also want to develop a walkway and cycling routes as well as a nature education centre. On Holt we're going to be looking at wildfire management and conservation grazing, and then we're also having a big project in the Liffey Valley where we're again looking at sort of access lanes for walking and cycling to make the Liffey Valley accessible to people, while also looking at enhancing some of the oldest woodlands in Dublin, and also looking at the River Liffey to see what we can do to kind of make it better for migration, for salmon and water quality improvements.
It's a plan that's aimed at halting biodiversity loss in Fingal by the end of the plan, by 2030. And it's a very innovative plan in that we've partnered with 11 different organisations that are active in Fingal. All of those organisations have been consulted with extensively, as have the local elected members and the local communities. And that's given us a very detailed plan to implement over the period of the plan. So we have 100 actions. We've split those into 2 4-year implementation plans. We've established the Biodiversity Forum, which is representatives from all the different organisations which are party to the plan. And the Council has heavily resourced the plan for delivery.
Biodiversity is really important. It's important for our daily lives. This is where our food comes from, where our water comes from, our oxygen comes from, but also as a place to enjoy, or even where you're working, like the fishermen and the farmers who are dependent on this natural environment.